Greg, let's start with Sunday. It's just about as bad a performance you could see start to finish from the Patriots in almost every. This is a classic Bill Belichick, every phase of the game sort of loss. Were you surprised how bad they were at so many different things against the Saints, which is starting with protection, receivers unable to catch the ball, really just, another, game-killing drive at the end where the defense couldn't get off the field. There's just so many things to point to. It's almost hard to focus on where the main issue is here.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised they were inept in every area, just about. I mean, they played, good defense at times, but they didn't play timely defense. They didn't play good situational defense. So, to me, they were pretty inept in every phase. And so, that surprises me. It's still early. It's still a new team and all that, but there's no excuse to come out at home where they're now 0-2, by the way, with 2 games that they probably should have won or could have won. They're 0-2. This just continues what we saw from the end of 2019, all of 2020. Now they have not played consistent winning football in a long time. And it's a surprise.
Yeah. So just looking at Mac Jones, and again, there's a million things to point to for why things weren't better for him and the Patriots offense. But one thing that was interesting, and you were able to capture over on Boston Sports Journal, was a scene after the game where Mac, who obviously disappointed in his own performance, had the 3 INTs. You can't blame him for necessarily all of them there. Had a tough time with the Saints, definitely held on to the ball a little longer. The pressure was getting to him. The line didn't help at all. But this was a thing people talked about, and you talked about in camp. He has a reputation for really getting down on himself, and sometimes he needs to get picked back up. And that's a thing with him, is he's got to get out of his own head, because things can snowball for him. And there was a scene where your photographer at Boston Sports Journal grabbed with Bill Belichick grabbing Mac's wrist and leading him to the tunnel after the game, like, let's go. How do you interpret what you saw there?
Yeah, Adam Richins, tuned me into that. I had no idea. I mean, I did see him towards the end of the telecast sitting there on the bench, and which I thought was a little bit odd. After the game concluded, or at least the game was over. And mind you, you have to understand the timing of this. So Mac Jones sat on the bench there, looking dejected and all that. Jameis Winston had time to basically he had to walk all the way across the field to say good game to Mac Jones. That means he had to walk all the way through. He probably was looking around like, where's Mac Jones? And then he's there on the bench. Bill Belichick, mind you, probably went out there, talked to Sean Payton and what have you, turned around and probably saw the Winston thing. And Mac started to get up and go towards the field to say hi to some of the players. But I'm sure Belichick saw it out of the corner of his eyes, like, why is Mac Jones still on the bench? Like, what is going on? And so he went over and he grabbed his wrist. I don't know why he needed to do that, but I think the message was, and I thought he just could have whispered in his ear. Maybe he's very cognizant about people overhearing him on the sideline. But I think basically the message was, dude, what the hell are you doing? This is the National Football League. You're going to lose games, and hopefully you're a good player. Hopefully you're going to lose a lot of games in this league, which means you played for a lot of years in this league. Get your ass off the bench and get in the locker room. We don't sit here and feel sorry for ourselves, especially with the Patriots. And so I think that was the message. I think the message also was, look, I understand you played at a good high school and you played at Alabama. You're going to lose some freaking games.
Right.
Like, it's not about you. It's about the team. Get up. Hey, it's over. Boom, it's over. Wash your hands of it. Let's move on to Tampa, because we don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. So get your ass in the locker room and move on.